light in this car is awful. The sun is in my eyes. Hi everybody! I have 0 viewers right now. There's no one here talking to me. Good morning all. Justin and I are on our way to Wales. We've been stuck in traffic this morning. So we were supposed to be there at 9 o'clock, which is 2 minutes ago. And as you can see, we are absolutely in Wales. We are in fact driving along. So what we'll do instead is have a little chat with you guys, try and answer some questions, do a little bit of an off-the-cuff live Q&A with you guys. So if you've got any questions about service accommodation, rent to rent, deal packaging, fire them over and we can have a little chat. You can see that my face is being blinded by the sun. I'm just going to do this so you can actually see my whole face. Good morning. What are we all up to? I can see lots of people joining in. Oh, James, this is, let me show you the full jumper. This is actually a giant penguin with a beak and everything. We are super festive in the car this morning.
Is that James here?
Yeah, James is here. I'm going to get
bells.
Justin.
Show my bells.
Say good morning, Justin.
Good morning, Justin. Show my bells. I've got jingle bells.
Can you hear the bells, everyone? So, Christmas jumper. He's actually going to be dressed up as an elf today. He's got bells and everything. Can you watch the road, please?
Yeah.
Justin Whittemore. It's a precious car going far. I'm just going to show everybody. So this is Justin's jumper here for the festive day of fun. So, are we in Wales yet, or are we on our way into Wales?
We're saving.
Yes, we are saving Callum £6 in the toll this morning by taking the non-toll bridge into Wales. So Callum will be happy. But yeah, so guys, any questions? Let's just do a random Q&A. Fire your questions in. We have 0 questions so far. Tell them.
I suppose I have to start singing some.
Oh, can we sing?
Carol.
Have you got any sort of festive CD or?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I'm going to have to wait for the radio to put them on.
He's rubbish.
If the radio puts them on, then that'll be fine.
So.
Hi, my name's Joe. In the butter factory, got a wife and 2 kids.
Is this going to be offensive?
No, it's my son sings it. I got a wife and 2 kids. My boss said, Joe, are you busy? I said, no.
We are having lots of fun driving along, even though we are late and blinded by the sun. There's no surprises there that we're late though, because Justin's driving. So, one of the things that I've been asked a lot about this week has been list building for investors and landlords, tenant buyers, these sorts of things. So I might as well just take this opportunity to share a little bit of information about that with you guys. There's lots of different ways that you can build lists. Ultimately, your lists are the
toll bridge.
Oh, he's found the right bridge. We are
the toll bridge over there.
Oh right, yeah. Hold on. I'll continue that in a minute.
That's where we have to.
Let me see.
That's where we have to pay to go into Wales.
My phone doesn't like this. Hold on, we're taking it out of the case. Yeah. As you can tell everybody, this is a completely off-the-cuff live. So there's absolutely no format to this whatsoever.
There's the toll bridge over there, you have to pay to get into Wales.
I'm going to add Callum into this because I feel like he should be aware that we are being so, what's the word? We've also now just nearly missed the turning. Well done. Are we on the right road?
Yeah.
So Callum, you'll be pleased to know that we have saved £6 this morning in toll fees by changing route, especially for you. So anyway, back to list building. There's loads of different reasons why you need to build your lists. The main one being that if you are specifically packaging, this is for. So obviously, if you've got deals that are coming your way, whether they are rent to rent, serviced accommodation, commercial to residential, it really doesn't matter. If you've got nobody to actually sell the deals to, then it's kind of a waste of time. You absolutely have to have access to an investor list to be able to make your money. So, you know, there are different ways that you can do it. One is you can partner with people like me who have good investor lists, people like Justin and Mark. But if you want to build your own lists, there are different ways that you can do it. So at the minute, the way that I do it is I use a tool called MailChimp, and that's basically just an email software that you can you can actually have up to 2,000 subscribers for free, and on there you can build campaigns. You can also automate campaigns to go out on emails, etc. But from a list building perspective, the best part about it is you can create simple web forms. So what you can do is you can share those links on social media, in emails, on your signatures, and all these different places to basically drive traffic to that web form. And once people have filled in that web form, they're added to your investor list or your landlord list, etc. What that allows you to do using a web form means that they've actually opted in to be contacted. There's very strict rules around who you can and can't market to, and you're not allowed to email people who have not opted in to be emailed. So when you actually use a web form via something like MailChimp, they go from what's either a blacklist or a grey list into what's called a white list, and that's where they've double opted in. So they filled in a form, that's opt-in 1, then they get sent an email to their inbox that says please verify your email account to check we've got the right details, and they click on a link, and that's the second opt-in, so it's double opt-in. And when somebody double opts in, that drops them into what's called a white list, which is something that happens in the back of the internet. But what that means is if you like, the email will get to them, definitely get to them, because they've opted in twice. So MailChimp can then score those leads or those prospects or whatever you want to call them to make sure that they're getting all the right information.
The sat nav is gone against Callum.
Why is it taking us
to the toll?
Oh no, Callum, really sorry, it's going to cost you. And actually we've probably spent more money in fuel now, haven't we, going around different miles. Anyway, so yeah, MailChimp is the tool that I use for list building. So hopefully that's helpful, useful piece of information. Do you have any useful nuggets of information for this morning? Mindset pep talk, Justin. He's not feeling very motivational this morning. So yeah, we've now got no traffic, which is good. So over Wales today, which is odd.
That's the bridge we should have gone over.
Weren't we over there? Oh, hold on.
It was over there a minute ago.
Oh,
but then I put the sat nav on it and
and we got lost.
no, it decided to go against Callum's pocket.
So what's been what have you been up to this week?
Who, me?
Yeah. Tell us.
I've been creating some new training videos for our partners.
Oh yeah, that's been a really good thing this week, hasn't it?
So I've been doing some new training videos for all of our partners on basically how to check properties, how comparable check-in and things like this.
Let's talk about comparable checking actually. So comparable checking from my perspective, and I'll just tell you a little bit about what I do to start with. I use sites like spareroom.co.uk to check room rates. Do you use anything other than that? Easy Room Mate as well?
No, I don't like Easy Room Mate at all. I find it very difficult to use. For room check-in, it's pretty much there's so much resource on Spare Room. If you know where to look and you're logged into it, you know, you can get your postcode, average areas by bills, by weekly, by monthly, and it gives you all that information. So there's absolutely tons of information on Spare Room. Easy Roommate is just too difficult to use.
Do you think you need to have a paid for account on Spare Room, like for advertising, things like that, to get that data, or do you think it's good enough? Because I don't have any sort of paid account. I just use the search tools.
Yeah, I think you get more. I think you get more information with a paid account for sure, but it's not necessary. In fact, a lot of my comparable checking is done without actually logging into Spare Room.
Oh, okay. So basically using the advanced search tool.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'll use if I'm searching, comparables, rooms and stuff like that, comparable properties, for BMV or purchasing or lease options or whatever is very different concept to use.
Yeah.
I'll use the main portals for that.
Excellent. And what if you were doing comparables for like a house you were looking to buy to work out value, either for a BMV or lease option or something like that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people tend to think, we'll go on what's on the market. That's not really a comparable check for me.
Okay.
Because being an agent and owning an agency and knowing how agents work is that most listers, and what I mean by listers, valuers, are targeted on the amount of properties they get. So therefore, one thing that's going to happen is they're going to exaggerate all prices just to get the house on the market. And then the general rule is that the whole idea of a sole agency is for 12 weeks, let's say, is that potentially you'll overprice a house and then you have 12 weeks to get the price down in price to where you want it.
Yeah, and that, my experience of dealing with agents is that tends to be the case across the board, is that the figures that you initially goes on the market at are always overinflated.
Absolutely, they're always at least, in most cases, at least 10%.
10%, wow.
Yeah, because agents they're in a competitive environment, so therefore, unfortunately, a lot of agents nowadays rely, rather than on their skills on selling the package and selling their services, they will do two things. They'll overprice a house and undervalue their fees.
Right.
So in effect, they're just prostituting themselves out. And that's because they're not trained as heavily as what we were in I say the old days. We was trained to a high degree, on valuing, a lot of it on sales and things like this, and the services we offered. So you'll get a lot of agents now will overprice and reduce their fees stupidly. So whatever you're looking at on the market, you're always going to be out. The trouble is, a lot of the landlords and vendors take this on board and believe then that the house is worth that when it's not. So when I'm searching in comparable, I never go what's particularly on the market. I will use that as a guide, but I'll never do that completely. I'll go on. Well, you take over now because I'm just going to pay to get into Wales.
We are now paying to get into Wales, everybody, as you can see. Yeah, so in terms of other places that you can access comparable figures, I mean, as Justin's saying, it's not advisable to take one as gospel ever. Look how expensive it is to get into Wales, everybody. £6.60. Oh, you can't actually see it on the screen. It's not always a good idea to take what you see as gospel on places like Rightmove and things like that, because agents do, not all the time, but sometimes inflate the prices to get the business in the first place. But what you can do is look at sold prices. That's generally what I would look at. Is that what you'd say?
Yeah, I'll go on sold prices.
On places like Zoopla and things like that.
Yeah, let by. I'll look at a 3-month period of prices that have, things that have been sold within certainly 3 months of around that type of area, and I'll probably go 2 or 3 miles out, but I'll be looking at that type of house, and I say over a 3-month period, and that's the type of thing I'll be looking for. And I'll also be looking sort of comparable price to get an idea of real price. I'll be looking at lengths of time of how long or how quick it took to sell.
Right.
So for instance, if there's a house on the market that's sold and it's sold, it took 6 to 12 months to sell. then I'll be looking at that. Whereas if I see something that's come on the market and sold very quickly, that will indicate
that's
that it was
the market value.
It's the market value, and it was the right area and everything. So that speed in how fast it was sold will tell me a lot of information. Market price, location, etc.
Because ultimately anything's only worth what someone will pay for it, right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't really matter what people declare it's worth if no one would actually purchase it for that.
Correct.
So it's important to gather that, to look at that, and whether people are actually transacting at those levels, or whether or not it's sitting on the market for months and months. What would you do in terms of comparables if a property was like an unusual property, so you know, a 10 bed or just something that doesn't typically come up? Do you use different methods, or? Yeah,
I'll be looking more along the lines of how builders will look then, more on square footage, price per square foot compared to what the house is, new builds in the area. I'll be looking at similar sort of age properties in the square foot, and then working out from there on, you know, like on a bigger unusual. Again, with the old, you know, unique properties, cottages and stuff like that, again, it's very, very difficult to get an exact figure for something like that. But again, you really want to compare similar sort of properties, whether it be smaller, work out the square footage and go from that, and go from that way, sort of thing.
Excellent. And I think, I mean, in my experience, from what Justin's saying, it's pretty similar. Like spareroom.co.uk for room rents, Rightmove for things like rental values and what things are actually being rented out at, and just keeping an eye on and getting to know your areas that you're focusing on. You know, as property people, we should be, I guess, a little bit obsessed with keeping up with what's happening in the areas that we work in. So, you know, I spend a lot of time just scrolling through things like Rightmove and just to kind of see what's happening and learning, developing my knowledge of an area and so on. And I also talk a lot to a lot of people as well, so you can get a lot of information from just getting to know other people that are working in the areas and what they're selling or renting for and things like that. And once you know your areas, you know them, you can keep an eye on what the trends are doing. But it does take time to begin with to kind of get on board and develop your knowledge of those sorts of things. So, but comparables is a really interesting conversation, I think. Yeah, hopefully you guys find that helpful. We're now actually in Wales. It's just as beautiful as England, but blue skies, almost there. How far away are we now?
About half an hour.
Half an hour. So, I've had zero Christians. Nobody wants to talk to us this morning. Are you all at work? Or are you all busy?
It's 9:20, they'll be at work.
I'm assuming you're all working hard.
It should have been done about.
My sister's just come on and said you have a halo of light above your head on the video, angel of knowledge. She calls me an owl because I'm quite wise, apparently.
You're wise?
I'm wise, yeah, wise old owl.
Well, you greedy little pig. It always
You're an idiot. So, we are going to log off as everyone seems to be at work. How boring.
How boring.
How boring.
All
where we should be, to be fair.
We don't have work, do we? We just do what we do.
Have fun.
That's the great thing about what we do, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the best part of what we do.
It's the best part. There's no real. It's not a job.
No.
Because one, it's.
Thank God, because I'm a terrible employee.
Yeah. We love what we do.
I'd be fired probably.
Don't matter if we're late.
Thank God for you. Right. Anyway, I'm off. Thanks, Jem. I'll speak to you later on. Have a good day, everybody. Off. Hi, Maddie. Oh, look, now everyone starts to talk to us. Now I'm going. So, we're going to go. Have a good day, everyone.
Cheers.
Be brilliant.
Brilliant.
Have fun.